For most of human history, death came slowly. Then, in the 1300s, death arrived all at once. Ships entered European ports carrying more than cargo. They carried rats, fleas, and a disease no one understood. People called it the Great Mortality, the pestilence, the Black Death. Within days, fever, vomiting, black swollen lumps under the arms and neck. Within weeks, cities collapsed. Families vanished. Graveyards filled in Sami towns. No one was left to bury the dead. The world had no cure. Only fear. What the plague did to the body, the plague didn't kill quietly. It attacked the lymph nodes first. They swelled into painful black lumps called buboes. Victims coughed blood. Skin turned dark. Breathing failed. Some died in 3 days, others in one. And doctors had no idea why. They blamed bad air, God's anger, foreigners, witches, the stars, never germs. Because germs were invisible, and invisible things were impossible. To medieval science, the plague doctor out of the chaos came a strange figure. The plague doctor, black coat, wide hat, long beak mask. The beak was stuffed with herbs, flowers, spices. They believed smell caused disease, so they fought death with perfume. They carried a cane to touch patients, a knife to open buboes, a bag of potions and prayers. Their job was not to cure, it was to count the dead. Most never helped. Many caught the plague themselves. Treatment 1, bloodletting doctors believed sickness came from bad blood. So they cut veins, they drained bowls of blood from plague victims. Already weak, already dehydrated, now losing oxygen too. Some died on the table, others died hours later. Doctors said the poison is leaving the body. But the only thing leaving was life. Treatment to poison, as medicine people drank mercury. They drank vinegar mixed with herbs. They drank crushed emeralds. Some swallowed arsenic. Why? Because they believed strong poison could kill the plague. Instead, it killed the patient faster. Treatment-free fire and smoke homes were filled with smoke. People burned. Sulfur, wood, tar, animal dung. They believed smoke chased away disease. Instead, it burned lungs, and people suffocated while trying to survive. Treatment for SELF harm as faith. Some believed pain could save them. Groups called flagellants walked city to city. They whipped themselves in public. Blood flowed in the streets. They believed God would stop the plague if humans punished themselves enough. It didn't work. The plague didn't care about prayer. It cared about fleas. How it really spread the plague traveled on rats. Fleas bit infected rats, then bit humans. But no one knew this. So they blamed Jews, foreigners, the poor, the sick. Violence spread faster than medicine. Whole communities were burned. Innocent people were executed. Fear became as deadly as disease. What IT did to society, the Black Death killed. Farmers, priests, doctors, kings, children. There were not enough workers. Food rotted in fields. Churches lost power. People began questioning everything. If God allowed this, was he listening? If doctors failed, were they lying? This disease changed civilization. Survivors and luck, some survived. Not because of medicine, but because they were isolated, they were lucky, they had immunity. Others died with doctors beside them. There was no pattern, only chaos. The end of the first plague after years. It faded, not because humans defeated it, but because it burned through everyone it could reach. Europe lost up to 60% of its population. Entire bloodlines vanished. Villages became ruins. And still, no cure existed. The terrifying truth here is the truth. The plague ended without human help. Doctors did not stop it. Religion did not stop it. Punishment did not stop it. Nature decided when it was over. And humans learned nothing. Because the plague returned again, and again, and again. What we learned later, hundreds of years later, science discovered bacteria, discovered fleas, discovered rats, discovered how disease spreads, and suddenly, everything made sense. The beak mask was useless. Bloodletting was murder. Poison was madness. But at the time, it was hope. Final message, the Black Death did not only kill both, it killed certainty. It taught humanity. We are fragile. We are ignorant. We are temporary. And when knowledge fails, fear becomes medicine. That is the real plague. Outro, they didn't survive because of cures. They survived because they were lucky. And today, we survive because they suffered. Because every modern vaccine, every hospital, every treatment was built on the graves of those who had none. This was not just a disease. It was humanity's greatest lesson.